Oh, hello guys. Welcome to this week's analysis. I've got Usdcad with me here. Right, so for Usdcad for this previous week, right, we opened in here. Right, we had traded we opened somewhere here. Right, we traded to close part of this fair value gap. So we were anticipating that they do open and trade lower, and then we start looking for buy entries and trade higher. Right, so let me show you something in here because I managed to actually get into this trade. Right, you see how we have the buy entry zone right below here using these last two down close candles. But what is above that I did mention last week, we have this fair value gap right there. So if you can remember when the market opened last week, we were high up in here, and I did mention that they would be wanting to trade lower to come and close this fair value gap. And then look what happens. Right? They open the trade lower, right, and then they dip slightly into it, right, with this wick right there. They trade higher to close the rest of this fair value gap. Right, before trading lower again, this time at least reaching the halfway point of this fair value gap. Right, so this halfway point or the equilibrium between these 2 points, the high of the previous candle and the low of the next candle, right, the midpoint is actually quite very important. Right, so in there, I was not waiting anymore. Of course, I would have been anticipating that price might want to come all the way down here, but then they didn't have reason to do that anymore, right? Considering that this whole move right there in itself is very bearish. So anyway, in there, and then we get an entry level in here would be sufficient enough to get price trading higher, take out this relatively equal highs, and above that we have buy side liquidity above here as well. Right, so this is what they did, right? And in this zone right there, I'm not sure you guys can see it clearly, but we're going to go down to the H1 time frame. All right. All right, so if you can see clearly there, as we are getting to trade the consequent encroachment of the fair value gap, right? We have price give us this price action, right? You could use this. I would not be looking these as we broke above this high with wicks. I would prefer to look at borders, right? We trade all the way high up there. And then what then does price do? It comes back, right, to trade into the breaker block itself. And then from there, we go on to take TP1 and TP2. But I would understand that most of you could not have caught this price action if you are not watching closely. Right, so let's take a quick look at what we believe this coming week's price action is going to be. Right, so in here we've broken market structure, right, on the H4 time frame. We've traded higher right there, right, and then we also took buy side liquidity above here, right, breaking another form of market structure as well. We came back, but in here, if you can take a good look, you can see how price did that and traded higher, leaving us with an order block in there. Right, so with where price is at right now, I would expect that since we believe that they want to trade higher, all right, to take out this guy's right here, all right, right here, and right there, it would be wise, or it would be good for us to anticipate buying as soon as we see price open trades lower, right? Find support in here, right? If we do get mitigation blocks, breaker blocks in here, I am going to activate my trade, right? Targeting the 138,500 mid-figure level, and you can use any other institutional levels right above here. We have the 29 big figure, 29,500, 30, 3,500, and then 31 just above the swing high here. Right, but then if you take a closer look on the markings that I have, right, if we fail to respect this zone in here, right, and price does continue to go lower, this would still be a very, very good area for us to find buy entries. Right, so these are the two areas that I'm going to be waiting to see how price does react and whether we get a buy entry, a buy profile from the lower time frame. If I do get that, I am indeed getting into this trade. All right, so my initial target is going to be any swing high that's created in here, which is also very close to this swing high that is already been created. Above that, we have relatively equal highs. Above that, we have right there another area of buy side liquidity. Right, so this is what I am seeing on USD CAD for this coming week.